30 feet, and your living room is too small, less than 3 times the size of the foyer, then the air that you pull in will be very rapid. How many of you have been to Genting, the casino hotel? Raise your hand. Genting Casino Hotel. You've been there, right? You've been there. Okay. Have you ever sit at the the waiting hall where you walk in and then they have a lot of sofa and sit down there? You see the kids will be playing there, and then a lot of people will be sleeping, and then the maid will also be sleeping down there. But the rest all go gamble. That's where the waiting area. Have you been there? You see that the height of that is so high, right? But the space is so small. Next time you go, be aware of that. This is called a rush. They purposely make the main door like the mouth of the shark. So open up like that. So it's sucking in all the air. And then they make it rush up high at a compact area. So this is called a rush, a pull, and it's very quick. Okay, very rush. This will cause people who stay in such a place or go into such a place to be very rash, irrational, okay? Impulsive. They do things very impulsive. So people who stay in such a house with foyer that is very high, very small living room, they are very impulsive. They do things without thinking. So, you know now they use that feng shui to cause all of you to give him all the money. That kind of curation with such a all calculated, you know. So I won't teach you lah. You go there, so you take measurement, and calculate, the guard will come after you lah. Okay, the guard will come after you. But I tell you honestly, it's being calculated, the size of that, and they always say lah. That's why the feng shui want to make it mysterious. Then they say, oh, that one is the shark mouth. So they eat all your money. Oh, and they talk that way. But it actually is a pool. They do it the size of that particular entrance. It's actually the correct air pool. And then they calculate the height of that foyer where you rush up. Okay? With a compact area. So people who sit down there, especially in Genting, for more than 2 hours, they become very impulsive. So they lose control of themselves. You know what I mean? They lose control of themselves. So they gamble themselves all the way. Cannot think really. Become impulsive. So if your house is like that, obviously not as bad as Genting lah, but also in the long run, occupants become very impulsive. Okay? So now you know how to differentiate. Now you are using it to conduct a check already. You're going in to use it to conduct a check. You understand the condition of it. Okay? Feng Shui, there's 2 parts in the Feng Shui. When you come to remedy, one part is what we call indirect. The other part is human action. Indirect means when I paint the place, I put all the correct elements. Well, indirectly, the occupants will be affected, will be actually helped to suit the things, overcome the situation. Human action means knowing the condition, you will have to actually control yourself. Right? Most of the time, unable to. Why? You being the patriarch or matriarch, you can control it because you know that. But your children cannot control it. So it leads to a Chinese saying that if you believe in it, then feng shui is there. If you don't believe, it's not there. It's not a matter of belief. It's a matter of the person is not using the human action side to actually match with the indirect environment to create that quick result as this. So when doing this, it is a interlinking. You won't say one-sided. It's an inter. Just like if you are staying in such a house, you know whatever you do, don't react so fast. Hold yourself, think carefully. Then using the human factor, you are able to actually reduce the impact as it is. Got what I mean? So feng shui play both parts, and they call it the yin and the yang must match in order to create that kind of result. Now you know what is the yin? The yin is the feng shui, the environment, the thing that you have actually, element that you have actually applied in your surrounding. The yang is your action, the occupant's action. So the yin and the yang must match in order to come up with a favorable result. That's it. Okay? If not, you're going to wait 3 years. You don't do like that. After adjusting the feng shui, all got it done, you must wait 3 years before you can see some changes. As it is. But if you were to combine, so that's why whenever you adjust the feng shui, we do, as a feng shui master, must advise you, take such an action, you must do this. Recently, I just told someone, you are located in a place, if you don't come up and do cold call or continue to call your customer, get in touch with them, you lose all these customers. So even if I adjust by your feng shui, you still need to go and do calling. Then they will see the result. That is what you need to do. That's what I mean. That is what you need to do as a yin and yang combination for favorable result. Okay? Right? Okay. If your foyer ceiling is too low, but your living room is oversized, that means that the air coming in is lesser. Not so compressed, not so rapid, too slow. We call it too slow. The standard size is 10 feet, 3 times the foyer size, the living room. This is called standard. But if you have a low ceiling, lower than 9 feet, and a huge living room, so the air coming in is all being reduced. Not so strong, not so compact, not so rapid anymore. So it will cause occupants to be emotional. So we are emotional beings, So I give you less air, then you become more emotional. Less air. So what do you mean by emotional? You can try, These are all facts you can try. Go drink, liquor, beer, drink. Once you drink, you have lesser intake of air. Do you understand what I mean? Once you drink, you get lesser intake of air. Then certain people will cry, certain people will get joy, emotional. And get emotional. You understand what I mean? It slows you down, then you become, because you're like not bringing any oxygen into your brain to think correctly, so you become emotional. Too much, you become impulsive. Too little, you become emotional. Understand? So they say that when you become emotional, what do? So now you know why they ask you to breathe in and out whenever you become emotional. Because less air, too less air. Must suck in more air, then you become control. Now you understand? Got it? And the last that I shared with you all during the Mid-Autumn Festival, ask you to eat what kind of veggie to control your emotion? Pumpkin. Yeah, still remember? Thanks a lot. Okay, yes. Once a week or twice a week when you take pumpkin, be it soup, pie or rice, okay? It will help you over a period of 3 to 7 years by constantly having this kind of food in you, will actually helps you control your emotion. See? Especially for guys and for ladies, when you come to your menopause, nanopause, someone told me all this kind of period where you become very erratic on your emotion and all that, you better start early. Don't wait until that time, then only you take no use that. Too late already. So to control your emotion, this is the Chinese way of eating. That's how it is. But in Feng Shui,